the Ascension This Week election hotline. Please let us know the issues that matter the most to you in the upcoming election.
I am concerned about immigration. I mean, not just Mexicans or other humans, but Pleiadians, Lyrians, Zetas, reptilians coming to Earth. I'm not sure I want my kids going to school with reptilians, even the ones with good dispositions, you know? I mean, I think we need an energetic wall around the solar system. And I think the Pleiadians should pay for it.
Okay, buckle up, everyone. The U.S. election is just weeks away, and the fallout that occurs afterwards may last months or years, maybe even result in the complete disintegration of the United States as we know it. President Trump, who recently had, or maybe still has, COVID-19, and his team of admirers are currently the only people in the world encouraging large gatherings of unmasked people in close quarters, holding large campaign rallies across the country every day. An increasing number of people believe that the Obamas and Clintons eat babies and run a worldwide child sex trafficking ring along with the rest of the Democratic Party, and some of those believers are going to be elected to the U.S. Congress. Trump is now calling the U.S. election system fraudulent, even though it's the same system that elected him in the first place. But that makes sense when more and more people are believing that every institution in American life, the government, the media, Wall Street, education, healthcare, the judiciary, police, military, and the intelligence community are all being run by a secret world government in partnership with reptilian aliens who want to keep humanity enslaved. Polarity is rampant and on the rise. Left versus right, white supremacists versus Black Lives Matter, maskers versus anti-maskers, butter versus margarine. And recent polls currently show margarine leading up to 9 points in key swing states. So how does the ongoing project of ascending human consciousness fit into all this U.S. election chaos? Well, just fine actually, because it turns out that ascension loves chaos and destruction. Because if you want a new ascended reality, well, first, you got to get rid of the old one. Just ask Shiva, the Hindu god of higher consciousness and destruction. He wears a poisonous cobra around his neck and he meditates on a tiger skin, and if the going gets tough, he can always get some extra help from his consort, the goddess Kali, whose destruction on steroids and hormones. Kali takes names and kicks ass, and then wears your arms around her waist as a chic little belt. That gal can accessorize. So maybe that makes Trump, the destroyer, the perfect ascension candidate in the upcoming election. He certainly did his best to drive America into the ground so that he could get a good deal on the real estate and sell it to the Russians. But chaos might be all he's good at, because every other attribute that goes along with higher consciousness is not really spoken in the same sentence as Trump's name. So then maybe gentle, compassionate, old Uncle Joe is our ascension candidate of choice. Biden does exemplify kindness and dedication to service, but he was also chosen to be the candidate in the hope of restoring a bit of normality back to America, and normality and ascension don't really mix. You best be throwing any ideas you have of normal out the window and embracing a higher level of awareness, and back to normal ain't where humanity is going right now. So then where does that leave us in our choice for most ascension-worthy candidate? I think it's time to give write-in candidate Kanye West some more consideration. He's definitely on a spiritual quest, and if it's ascension you're looking for, you really can't find a better archetype than Jesus and the Christ consciousness to help get you there. But Biden is also a devout Catholic, and Trump has actually been to a church once, or maybe it was a temple, he's not really sure. Kanye is considered a musical genius by Kanye, and Kanye probably also considers Kanye to be an ascended master or an angel or a lower level deity of some kind. So compared with Trump or Biden, Kanye is next level when it comes to ascension, with that perfect combination of connecting to higher dimensional energies mixed in with pure live stream chaos. Plus, he's married to a Kardashian who can probably summon up this kind of energy in an instant, like every time she breaks a nail or spills latte on the seats of the G-Wagon. Trump was pretty good at turning America into a raging dumpster fire, but I think Kanye could likely beat that in his first year in office. Plus, his rallies, speeches, straight fire with super dope tunes. So with that, it's time to announce that the editorial board of Ascension this week officially endorses Kanye West for President of the United States in the 2020 election. Let the Twitter storm begin. Welcome to the Ascension This Week election hotline.
So I think all this COVID-19 relief funding for people and businesses is great, but what about ascension relief funding? I haven't been able to work since my Kundalini awakening like 8 months ago because reality is still like really liquid and I probably shouldn't be driving a school bus.
Well, kids, let's see what Kommander Kaos has to say about the current state of the American democracy. Oh, hey, starseeds and indigos too. Kommander Kaos and Gary are here for you. So activate your chakras and your DNA, 'cause the Cosmic Kids Clubhouse is your place to play. Oh, hey, kids. It's your buddy, Kommander Kaos here. Just chilling the Cosmic Kids Clubhouse. Minding all you indigo starseed kids out there, start your day with a delicious bowl of my Chaos Crunch cereal, which is now available in snack size, so you can take it to school with you, or you can keep it in your pocket for when you're at your friend's house and they try to feed you some other lower vibrational snacks. Now, many of you junior commanders have written to me in the past weeks saying you're concerned about your parents who've been wandering around the house looking lost and disheveled, mumbling about the future of America ever since they watched that there election debate. Your dad has been doing his Zoom meetings for work from the fetal position, and your mom has been asking you to help her pray. Now, you gotta have some compassion for your parents, starseeds, for they truly believe that these next few years are super important in the evolution of humanity for some reason. Like the last million years don't even count, and everything's riding on what happens in this here election. But remember, starseeds, planetary evolution and ascension is a long play. Don't happen overnight, and the process is pretty much pure chaos along the way, which is why Trump is so good at his job. Not at being president, but at wreaking havoc on the greatest enemy of all, kids, normality. Your parents and other adults are pining for the time when things will return to normal, but that ain't gonna happen. 'Cause there ain't no such thing as normal. There sure as hell ain't no going back. Unless, of course, you transcend time, then you can start playing around with that sort of thing. Your parents are riddled with delusional fears, starseeds, so just do your best to be kind. While your mom is on her knees praying, and when your dad's curled up in the fetal position, just sit down next to them, real gentle like, and remind them that you are a warrior of light, so you're fine for now and forever. And tell your dad that when all the banks collapse, along with the rest of the world's economy, you'll be okay living underneath a tarp, because tarps are good too. And remind your parents, worst thing that could possibly happen is we're all gonna die. We're gonna do that anyway, so what's there to be worried about? And if they start crying even harder, just tell them to stop being such pussies, because it's the truth. That's the only thing that's gonna set you free. That's it for now, starseeds. Remember to tune into my show every morning, 4 to 4 a.m. Tell your friends to come with you. Make the move to 5K. Kommander Kaos, over and out. Welcome to the Ascension This Week election hotline.
Well, I'm calling about the Galactic Star Council of Elders, and I feel like we're being left in the dust. The Sasquatch have a voice. The Mayans seem to have a voice. The Anshar have a voice. The underground ant people have a voice. And where are we in all this? No one's listening to the humans.
Okay, the Ascension this week, U.S. election special and coverage continues with my guest Sharon Wisemyn, who's been a professional astrologer for over 35 years. And we're going to talk about the U.S. birth chart because people have a birth chart and so do countries. July 4th, 1776 is the date that most astrologers consider America to be born, with a Cancer sun and an Aquarian moon. So what can you tell us about America and its chart?
Basic energy Cancer, wanting security for home and family, wanting things, all the basic needs to be taken care of. Aquarius moon, very different. We want freedom, we want equality, we're going to fight for our rights. So you have both of those energies going on. Continuum with both of them. You can have with Cancer, the Statue of Liberty shows us, come and we'll take care of you. We want to provide what you need. Or you can have the wall in Mexico, to keep the Mexicans out because we're afraid of the hordes coming in.
Right, family and just wanting to keep things close
keep
and
things
fear.
safe. And with Aquarius, you can also have that wonderful sense of equality for everyone. And you can also have a big brother thing where everyone is going to be linked up, and we're going to know everything that you're doing.
Mm-hmm. And Aquarius to me is very progressive energy. So and that's been America over its lifetime, of everything from iPhones to the internet to jazz music to labor laws, and you've been quite a leader in the world in many ways.
Yes. And I would say that's exemplified by the fact that that moon is in the house of communications. So we know the U.S. will be a leader in high-tech things. Aquarius is often technology. And so all these communication things are going to be very strong and a leader in the U.S.
Okay, so now you have the chart. This is the stamp of the day it was born. Mm-hmm. And then there's planetary transits that are affecting the chart, because the planets are always in motion. And what's going on out in the heavens, so to speak, now that's playing on the U.S. birth chart?
We have a Pluto return, and this is happening exact in 2022. This is basically the lifespan of a country. Now, not saying that it's going to die, but the general feeling amongst astrologers and some historians is that at that point, it's ready to enter a new cycle of manifestation, a new transformation. And all the things that come out to show what needs to change, what needs to be reformed, what needs to be dealt with will come out. And if they're dealt with successfully, you can rise again from the ashes. Phoenix is one of Pluto's images.
But Pluto's also considered the destroyer.
That's right. And sometimes in order to have something new, you have to destroy or break down into its component parts. And so we know that the U.S. is at a crisis point, and we can see that with the events that are happening.
Pluto return 2022, but there's also some Neptune influence that's going on for America.
Well, this is for everyone. And Neptune is a planet of spirituality and subtle energies. It gives us access to vision, to imagination, to all the creative things like music and so forth. It's returning now to where it in its own sign. It hasn't been there for 150 years. And so we know
And that sign is?
Pisces. And Pisces is the subtlest energies. And so this is saying we need a new vision. We need a new spirituality. We need a new sense of our oneness. And Neptune is strong in the U.S. chart. They have vision. They had a vision for the country. And this is something that needs to be renewed, or a new vision. because everything is a continuum, it also is interesting with COVID-19 because Neptune talks about the fact that everything, we are all one, particularly in Pisces, that what affects one of us affects every one of us. And that may be one of the positive things that comes out of COVID, that we realize that we are interconnected.
Okay, so we got some nurturing Cancer energy, some rebellious Aquarian energy in America. Pluto's coming back to wreak a little havoc and bring some turmoil and change, and Neptune's hopefully going to raise the vibration of it. 2020 election voters, there you go. That's the astrological take on things. Thanks, Sharon. That was very helpful.
Great fun. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in, and keep on ascending, everyone. And for all you American voters out there, I'm not saying he's a gold digger, but Kanye West is the Ascension This Week choice for president on November the 3rd. So get out there and vote, motherfucker!